you think about soulmate? Do you think it's real or it's an illusion? Hello everyone and welcome back to Time with Vera. Today I'm going to discuss with you one of the most controversial topics that most adults find it very difficult to address. Soulmate literally means that knowing that there's one particular person out there that is meant for you. Do you think that there's one particular person out there that is meant for only you, or you are meant for only one particular person? President Spencer W. Kimball, in one of his general conferences, once said, "Soulmates are fiction and an illusion, and while every young man and woman will seek with all diligence and prayerfulness to find a mate with whom life can be most compatible and beautiful, yet it is certain that almost any good man and any good woman can have happiness and a successful marriage if both are willing to pay the price." This literally means that there's nothing like a soulmate, or there's nothing like one special person meant for you. And that if any good man or any good woman are willing to pay the price, then you can certainly make your marriage work. Again, I want you to think about this question and comment below. Do you know of any married man or woman who says he has never ever been in one or more relationship before he got married? Yes, there might be, but the truth is that it might be so insignificant as compared to the number of men and women who had gone into one or more relationship before finally settling down. Now, if these people thought that there were only one person meant for them, do you think that they would have gone through several relationships before settling down? Or do you think that they would have gotten married by now? Also, I want you to imagine with me and think of soulmate as you completing your secondary school or your degree, and then sitting in the house hoping that one good company or one employer will come there looking for you without you necessarily making an effort to get yourself a job. Does this really happen in real world when you know that you have no relationship or whatsoever with the person? If most married men and women that you know had fallen in love one or more times before they finally settled down, then it means that there's nothing like one particular person meant for you. So that being said, soulmate is an illusion, and hence what are some of the ways that we can prepare ourselves to be in a committed relationship? Firstly, you need to know exactly what you want. In choosing a companion, you need to know exactly what you need in that person and commit to it until you get that person. I'm not talking about the physical attributes or the physical appearance of the person. I'm talking about the core values of the person, or the qualities of the person that the person can also bring on board in order to make the relationship work. Secondly, after knowing what you want or stating exactly what you want, it is also important for you to know what are some of the things that you have to do in order to improve yourself. Now, don't mistake these things for trying to pretend to be somebody that you are not. I'm talking about being your best self. I recall some years ago whilst I was serving in my mission, there was this companion that I had. She was a good cook, singer, dancer. She knows how to maintain her environment clean. She speaks so eloquently. She knows how to teach. There were so many things that she was good at. I wanted to know why she was so good at so many things. So one day I asked her, why is she so skilled at so many things? And she told me, "I know that I am not all that good looking, so I want to learn all the skills that when I get into a committed relationship, the person knows what I am bringing on board in order to make the relationship work." This lady is now happily married and with 2 kids. Now, by now, you must know that it's not everybody that is interested in your physical appearance. But if you are willing to improve upon yourself, then you certainly attract to yourself the kind of man or woman that you want. After you know what you want in the person and you have also done all that you can in order to improve upon yourself, the next thing that you want to do is to start attending social gatherings. These social gatherings are where you would likely find the kind of person that you want. If you had watched my previous video on how my husband and I met, I stated that my husband and I met in a single adult summit that was organized by the church. I don't know if I would have met my husband anywhere if I had not attended the summit, or perhaps I would have been married to somebody else. So start going for social gatherings where you are likely to find the kind of person that you want there. Some time ago, a friend of mine told me how he met a lady from a club and brought her home thinking that he could change and become whatever he wanted her to be. Don't get this twisted. Some people can turn into new leaf if you give them the opportunity to change, whilst others will never change no matter how many times you try. Hence, this brings me to my next point, and that is in choosing a partner, it is better for you to study the disposition, inheritance, the upbringing, or the training of the person before you finally get committed into such relationships. The difficulties and hazards of marriage are increasing daily because we do not spend much time to know the people that we intend to spend the rest of our life with before we finally enter into a relationship with the person. Conversely, marriage can be very beautiful if we spend much time to really explore or know the person before we finally get married to such persons. Hence, fully explore the persons. Ask him or her more questions to know him better. Find out from friends, families, on how they treat people or how they will tolerate you when you get married. Next, follow your instincts or intuition. God has given each and every one of us instincts or intuition, and most of the time we are really able to decipher people even when we really don't know them. This instincts or intuition usually leads us to the right persons. To me, instincts or intuition is like God talking to you directly. But when we mostly deny it or ignore it, it will lead us astray. I've heard several stories of married couples that their marriages didn't work, and when you ask them what really happened, they will tell you that I had feeling before the marriage that something was wrong, that this person didn't feel right to me, but I was convinced by her or his appearance, words or even actions, and thought he was the right person for me. When you are in doubt of whoever you want to marry, think, pray, and think again before you finally say I do. Don't let anyone make you think or believe that he or she is the right person for you when you have not fully explored that person. Do not lower your values in order to please someone. So you think you have seen the person that you like, but realize that your values or your standards are higher than the person. What do? This is one of the mistakes most of us do during their phase of dating. Don't ever lower your standards or values. Instead, you can be tolerating enough to accommodate their flaws whilst appreciating their strengths. Sometimes life makes you think that you can't get what you want by trying to make you hinder or reduce your values in order to attract the average. It is never true. You can always get what you want if you are willing to pay the price for it. So never lower your standards no matter what. Lastly, marriage is not a bed of roses. It requires work, and some wholesome recreational activities. Do not get married and feel complacent and slumber or feel lazy about working on your marriage. So my dear, the work has now begun and you need to put in much work in order to sustain this beautiful marriage of yours. So if you would ask me if soulmate is real, I would say no, it's an illusion, and any good man or woman can make marriage successful if they are willing to put in the work. This has been Time with Vera, and if you need more relationship ideas or tips, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and give me a like if you love this episode. Thank you, and see you in my next episode. Stay tuned.